bigger world of hurt for Monkey, who's going to have to take that berating out from him. That's quite the lashing, I would have to say, being chewed out by Pale Horse. We'll see what it comes to. This also, of course, does mean, it will be the Gremlo offlane Alchemist. Usually you build yourself boots and a small item. You go into your first eggs, and then a blink dagger, and then a bigger item, basically, for the Alchemist. But that blink dagger is crucial. I assume Gremlo knows about that. He's probably seen a couple of games of Alchemist. Well, he watched a lot of replays, right? Mostly Herald replays, right? But he does watch a lot of replays, and I'm sure he's seen that mistake being made many times, so he ought not repeat it.
I actually quite like the quick blink on Alchemist. I feel like it just opens up the map so nicely. Just having the threat of a 4-second stun.
Interesting.
We'll see.
And both teams have maneuvered pretty deep into each other's jungles. I wonder if there's going to be a second ward set up here.
Wait.
No, they need some vision mid.
Buck is on the cliff.
He'll be fine. He'll jaunt himself down. Soul's just having a good time. He's playing a ward.
All of his mana gone. He has literally no mana, Seek.
He's okay. He'll be fine. He'll come to lane.
His lane is lost. His game is over.
Game is over. They can't see anything right now on the map, which is a little scary for them. There's going to be the ward set up now for Arkosh over in the mid lane. So pretty good control. Both mid laners pretty eager to scout when the enemy position 4 starts to rotate away. Quite naturally, right? That's where the biggest threat's going to come from. As runes will go 2 for 2. Nothing too crazy.
Ooh, Hill Horse. Already almost feeding.
Maybe not even just almost. That's a lot. That's a fast sniper. Holy moly, rebound is very good. And that's kind of what I was referring to. I think rebound's ridiculous. I think that ought to keep Pale Horse alive, who so far is not TPing yet. Okay, so what he wanted to do here is the ultra efficient play, right? He consumes a tango and he TPs underneath tier 2 tower, so he gets that bonus regen. Nice move.
Oh, that's insane.
Efficiency.
Might just win in PI right there.
Honestly, such a play, such a move.
Yeah, rebound, pretty good. Pretty good. It's like a better Surge.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can use it plainly aggressively. You can use it also plainly defensively. I don't know. I just think this is a really good lane, honestly. Here's a block by, or an unblock by Monkey, but a body block by Flea, who again doesn't really do too well in these engagements. 0 armor, right? Even against Amarcy, she'll get through him here eventually. Amarcy, who by the way, he's got a quelling. I wonder if that's just to cut these trees and to make sure he can get vision of Flea. Monster with level 1 soul assumption as well is interesting. Maybe took it.
And if you can get the charges in, it's like.
Yeah. Just wonder if maybe the way the laning stage has gone so far, yeah, Grave Chill would have been a little bit better. There he is, sapping the move speed and attack speed, importantly, of the sniper. Not too big of a difference anyway in early level 1 for a Visage. None of his strengths are super early. He's much more of a beast at level 6, this one.
Yeah, it's such a big spike, and then level 12
Nothing
too.
to your pile.
They don't have much.
It's crazy because
go ahead.
He has a lot of spikes. He has a spike at level 1 because soul assumption is insane, and then at level 6, 12.
Wants to jump back in there. Flea taking a bit of a beating here out from Monkey, but the second soul assumption, they needed one more auto attack. Monkey makes it out alive, and I'm sure he is cackling to himself there.
It's calculated.
Coldly calculated. Gremlin top lane, by the way, did go for this aggressive 1-2 between the Acid Spray level 1 and now, of course, the Unstable Concoction. Soul Ring early, so we're still not getting any of this Grievel's Greed bonus gold, but his CS is pretty good for an off laner. 7-3 so far.
I do really like the Ench here, though, because you have Skywrath Mage who is really focused on like getting the harassment in the laning stage. But I feel like Nature's Attendance can just nullify all of that. It's just so efficient.
What have we here?
Yeah, Crow.
Look at this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. And this is one of the highest magic damage dealers in the game. 0 armor as well. Actually, we have 2 of the 0 armor heroes in this game with Flea as well as Skywrath Mage. Flea, who's kind of taking Monkey for a bit of a walk right now. And a familiar sight to last game, but this time at least the script is reversed because Arkosh are the ones early to have a budding lead in terms of CS. This time Rudy finds the matchup a little bit easier. Although he's a little bit worse for wear here currently, so the water runes upcoming are going to be quite important. I wonder if any supports will rotate over. Bot or top though is actually where Pingu unable to rely too much here on the Nature's Attendants. However, Rises did get a full sap here on the leash, so it's a level 2, 72 damage.
Double
Good
kill.
job done. Could be a double kill as well as Crow. Ooh, I dare say if he took that fight while Rises was standing in Acid Spray, might have won that engagement. But Rises wasn't. He stands his ground outside as Pale Horse does get tossed back now into Monster. Pale Horse is running to the Dire Tower. And now he's going to get the rebound, but the Soul Assumption could not come out. Monkey with a good dispose here. They're going to look for the kill as well onto Flea. Pale Horse doesn't have the range. Monkey doesn't have the HP or the sustain to dive, so Flea will live for now. But that actually worked out. That worked out real well.
Wait, what? How's the cell still going? Did you see that?
Yeah, I guess infused raindrops.
Ah,
Right, because how much does toss-up one do? 75? Yeah, it got fully blocked by the raindrops.
I was confused for a moment.
Oh, yeah.
That checks out.
That's exactly 75 damage. That's the lowest amount you can do to proc raindrops. Otherwise, you actually would have taken that damage.
And we're going for a high IQ self-stun.
Yep. A good slow, though, from Crow. Ought to get him out of trouble here. It's still a really good amount of...
Oh,
no. Whoa, he got killed by a cheeky little chain lightning, and Rises continues the trend from game 1 where he wants to continue tipping Gremlo here. This time it wasn't a solo kill though, Rises. I don't know if you get to do that.
I mean, it was funny enough for a tip. Let's be honest.
Pretty valuable creep. You know, it's not always about what kind of creep you get. It's about getting the right creep for the right job there. And that was certainly the only creep that secures you that kill in that specific circumstance. Quick little coil mid. Flea's coming though. He's going to be too late, I reckon, to break a coil, especially there with the 8th of Remnant, but he might still have a kill, especially with Avalanche continuing to chain stun. Last auto attack prevents the Dissemblate or even the Astral Step from coming. That's going to be a death onto Rudy.
I think he could have lived with the Fairy Fire. Would have healed him for 85 and he had an Astral Step.
Yep, Dissemblate and Wand as well
Would have been
ready.
close.
Would have been close, unfortunately. Again, the chain stun that Tiny provides is pretty ridiculous these days. The Avalanche buffs make Tiny 4 feel pretty viable, as Flea is showing us here. And there's the first power rune as well for Soul. Arkosh could not or would not rotate a support here to help with the power runes.
Middle is missing.
I have to give some props to Pale Horse for not feeding. He spoke about him having to make a single mistake, and it doesn't look like he's made a lot of them.
No? His position, in my opinion, has always been quite strong. It's more so when enemies actually get their movement out of the line. Good gank by Rudy here, as Pale Horse is going to have to eat a little bit of that Soul Assumption in exchange. But for the kill, he'll be very, very happy to have that one. Top lane, Rises looking to evade Gremlo. He's silence, can't toss the concoction, even if he could. Wouldn't have been able to really find Rises there into the trees. Another tip onto Gremlo, the mortal enemies in Gremlo's word from game number 1. As, that's tip 2 of 3 here. Last time, I think it took about 12 minutes for all 3 tips to come out. We'll see how long it takes this time around.
Just to see what Rises is gonna go for in terms of item builds. Tends to just be something like BKB Refresher, but you know, Razor is one of those heroes who has a lot of options.
This DD rune for Soul that he bottled up earlier. He's going to try and look to use it for the kill. Monkey unable to really save himself there, even with the infused raindrop charges. As the fight's down bottom, where Rudy once again looks to rotate. This time, Monster again in more trouble. Pale Horse does not have the point in Assassinate, which would have secured him the kill here. Instead, he decides to invest a couple of those skill points into, I guess, Headshot or Maxing Shrapnel? One or the other.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's pushing here, though. Slightly risky maneuver. But Monster doesn't have level 6 yet. Fully without a Blink Dagger. Yeah, Pale Horse will see him coming. Avalanche still will catch him into the toss. It throws him underneath the tier 1. This might be bad news here for Pale Horse, especially with the body blocks coming through. Oh, and level 6. Yeah, they've gotten him here. I believe he's dead to a T. Monster is going to go down, though. Pale Horse stands his ground. The max shrapnel, a little bit of the headshots there now. Level 3 with the take aim active. Flea with the Avatos in place now onto Rudy, who with the haste rune still finds himself stunned the once by the familiar. So he won't be able to get the kill there onto Flea. Does manage to still defend his tier 1 tower though. That was the scary thing with Soul continuing to push after he got the kill into the Marcy.
Let's see, Gremlo. Doesn't really have anything. Let's look at someone else.
No, not much there for him. Soul, again, I think is going to end up winning the race here towards Witchblade. We'll see, checking in with net worth. Yeah, it's still a bit of a lead for him. 500-600 gold in favor now of the puck. Last time around, Rudy finished off the full power treads before, as there's a quick coil kill there on the monkey. Rudy finished off full power treads before going for Witchblade, which kind of put him a little bit behind the 8 ball, especially because his lane was fairly hard into the puck, as it is this game as well. I do wonder if he's going to go for full phase boots or for full power treads yet again, or if he's going to use this robe for straight Witchblade. Sure.
I'm not sure why he would get the treads here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I don't really see why you would need the attack speed for anything.
Yeah.
Maybe just some extra tankiness, but either way, I don't think it's worth it. Because Witchblade is such a momentum-based item.
Yeah,
It helps you get in the extra little bit of damage to secure those kills.
Yeah, especially
Timing
early.
is really important.
That item was pretty bonkers. And again, now that, you know, the sniper, his lane adversary, Monster, has hit level 6 and has familiars, there's no reason for Sniper to be in this lane. Arkosh, though, are actually going to be able to get this tower top uncontested, and Gremlin now with 1 point here into the Grievous Greed is going to start farming here quite efficiently, going for seemingly phase boots into Armlet, as Rise is going to be in some trouble. Can't get off here. Well, really just anything here, as he's silenced up, stunned, and finished off by the Mystic Flare damage. This might allow Arkosh as well to look to defend mid, as they are going to connect on through after getting a tier 1 tower top. This might compromise Soul here just a little bit. Monkey, though, cannot rebound off enemy creeps and is going to be unable to really catch a puck otherwise.
I wonder if they really want to commit for this tier 1 here.
Yeah,
looks like they do.
Gremlo, he pops that the Chemical Rage. They set up Pale Horse with Mask of Madness. Max headshot, max shrapnel. As Monkey at least getting through these raindrop charges that Soul has. The jaunts might be forced out, but I mean, it feels just about impossible here. Gremlo looking for a target now on the Unstable Concoction, as Monkey is going to be sacrificed. They cancel Gremlo's TP. They had 2 ways of canceling it, as Pingu is looking to try and kill off Pale Horse. Puck is actually going to come through, look to finish the job himself with the auto attacks. It's going to be Flea with the Avatos, who picks up 2 kills there. A third now onto Crow. Pale Horse only getting Pingu for this, and it's Alpha who managed to defend almost flawlessly this tier 1 tower. Oh, and I think they get a wipe here, actually, with Gremlo finding himself likely dying here in order to stack and actually scout Ancients. Team wipe.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I had my doubts about fully committing for a tier 1 there. I don't think that Arkosh is really in a position where their heroes are strong enough at this stage of the game to make such moves. Like, they don't have a blink on Alchemist, so Alchemist is like a walking 2-second stun. You have Rudy, who is kind of strong, but then Sky is really squishy, Marcy is really squishy, and then you have Sniper, who, you know, is Sniper.
Was that smart?
Making the mother of all omelets here, team.
I guess this is, if you're going to play Sniper in that style, though, it's probably got to be with max shrapnel and headshot, right? Like, this is a lot of damage out coming from Sniper, even early on, before he's got anything but the Mask of Madness. Like, I don't know, Sniper, he's not Ursa, he's not Slark in that same respect, but because of the build, it kind of makes sense that you would throw in a Sniper Blink Dagger on Tiny, Blink Dagger on Puck.
Yeah. That's all I have to say.
All right.
Yeah.
Visage heading into the all-popular Vlad's. He's making a pit stop before he upgrades into the Wraith Pact for the Drums of Endurance, and I think that's a fantastic item for him in this game to help get out of Shrapnel, to help allies as well. Just simply run away, basically, from Sniper is Sniper's biggest weakness. Enemies can kind of just run from this guy. Ends up being
What do you think about the boots of bearing?
on Visage.
On anyone, just in general.
It's a good item. It used to be really strong when it was like 2 seconds of unstoppable move speed. The 1.5 is still phenomenal, though. Don't get me wrong. It was just kind of bonkers before. I think it's super good. I think it's incredibly value this game as well. Against really just the Marcy move speed slow, against Shrapnel the entire game. It has a lot of strength. Usually I see Visages pick them up. Any other drums carriers? Tusk, but he doesn't always like to go for Tranquil, so it's kind of an awkward item for him, even if it is pretty cheap. Who else really likes to go for drums in this meta? No one else. Well, there's a couple different drums builders, but no one like that also builds Tranquils that comes to mind. I think it's a good item. Fantastic item.
Yeah, and Visage is definitely a good fit. I've seen it like occasionally picked up on like random heroes who look at their inventory at 30 minutes and notice that they still have brown boots and they're like, whatever.
Yeah. You pop in a quick drums, you blow through the 7 charges it gives you, right? And then you get, I think, 8 more when you do upgrade into the full drum sets, into the full, what the heck is it called? You just call it, you just name them. Boots of Bearing, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, and those charges replenish. Yeah, I think it's valuable.
Mother of all omelets here, team. Can't fret over every egg.
He can't reconnect.
Once again, Rises.
He abandoned. Oh. Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
You know what's funny about this is that they still might... Yeah, that bug will never be fixed. I think they're just going to play. I think they have to play. You guys can do it 4v5.
Okay, well,
wait, did they even say go, or did Pale Horse just on pause? Okay, they did. Monster
I think
said
they said go.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, this is interesting. This all of a sudden gives a new lease on life here to Arkosh Gaming. It is, you know, a Razor who's not the hardest to micro in the fights, and probably Pingu could do it because he is playing, you know, another hero that's not that hard to micro in the fights.
Middle is missing.
I don't think you want a micro Razor. Why would you want to have a... Okay, nice kill. Why would you want to have a carry with a Falcon Blade and Treads in your game? I would just sell all the items and make Visage the carry.
The thing is, though, in Captain's mode, you don't get to share the gold. It just stays on Rises. That's not enabled in Captain's mode.
So sad.
That's an on-ranked or ranked all-pick mode exclusive thing.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense, because otherwise in TI finals, when your position... like one doesn't have money for a buyback, you just abandon almost support to give her money.
That's the reason it exists, really. So yeah, it's a little awkward here for Alpha, but let's see what they can do with it. You know, Pingu's not changing his build. He was still always going for this treads into 4-step. This is always how we see the Enches transition these days. She's done her job as well, right? She's gotten the tier 1 towers that's necessary for her to exist this game. Okay, I mean, we might end up seeing a game 3 here then. Blink Dagger for Flea's online. Rudy, ooh, cannot make the jump in time, actually. Didn't catch Flea with that. Even with the haster, and Flea saw him coming. They'll just park Rises underneath tier 2 tower. I mean, he is not getting gold, though. So, am I wrong about this? I think I am wrong about this.
Doesn't look like he has passive income.
I think that he doesn't have passive income, so that does mean that Arkosh or Alpha are getting that passive gold. Rises is dead. Okay. Yeah, and he died and he lost all of his gold, so I assume it just got split to the team. That's curious. I could have sworn that wasn't a thing. I guess it is. I mean, I don't think... I mean, it is a bug for a reason, this abandoned bug, but... basically what happened is that Rises needed to relaunch the game normally. And because he did it, and I guess the bug was in place, that the pros know what it looks like. I have no idea what it looks like. Rises identified it before we launched into lobby for game 1, as Flea's died in mid lane. They should have Mystic Flare. If they need it, they probably don't, but maybe they should have committed it, because now the coil is dropped here onto Rudy. They get through the Resonant Pulse Shield, and he's killed off. Monkey rebounds in and is going to just try to run away. Should be able to make it out. Actually, I'm not so sure. Soul, he's got the straight line speed there thanks to the Illusory Orb with the Witchblade slow as well. They do silence up the Soul, who is going to be stunned now. No Mystic Flare, not enough mana for it, though. It was actually on cooldown, used earlier, I believe. No, it was just no mana for the Mystic Flare earlier, pardon me. So Soul makes it out alive.
Wait, look at Gremlo's item build.
Oh, it's a Radiance.
New?
It's not what I expected, especially on an offlane Alchemist. I guess at this stage, you just want to go for more carries. I don't think, like, who do you even give Ags to this game if you're Alchemist? Like, does it change much on any of your heroes? Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
You could give it to Sky so he could do nothing twice.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. You could give it to the Void Spirit because he is still building into the Yules, and I think maybe that's at least your best case scenario here. But you know, when you don't have an enemy safe laner to play against, you know, just that removes one core from the enemies, just simply out carry them here. This still might be a long game, I suspect. I don't think this is going to be a short game by any means.
I don't know, I feel like once BKBs start coming out for Arkosh, there isn't that much that Alpha can
Radiant's
do.
bottom tower is under attack.
And unlike last game, this game, Pale Horse is considering the BKB. Last time he went for a Manta style. I think the only difference last time, the core-to-core didn't quite favor him as much. Last time he was playing against a TA, and this time he's playing against no core. So yeah, he's doing a lot better this game, I would say.
Radiant
I think BSJ has the opportunity to outcarry the enemy this game.
Yes, he does. He should outcarry the enemy carry this game, which is very good. It's going to look great for the stats for Arkosh.
Uh-huh. That's nice. Maybe he's gonna pick up Assassinate at some point as well.
Yeah, maybe that was his mistake last game, was leveling his ulti. Now he's even taking a point in stats here before Assassinate. He, I would say he doesn't believe in magic damage, but of course Shrapnel is magic. In top lane, they're going to go diving probably for Rises. They've seen him top. They know he's probably just standing under trees.
This is so cheeky. They're like, this guy's disconnected. He's probably gonna sit here.
There they go. They're gonna kill the Razor, who was clearing waves mid lane though. Monkey unable to escape, got off a decent rebound, but dies all the same. I think Marcy can also be a decent Boots of Bearing carrier, especially because usually she finds herself in a, shall we say, shitty situation as soon as she rebounds.
True.
You know, I think.
I love how Alpha is still leading.
Oh yeah. And they're pushing.
They're
Gremlo?
playing 4v5 against an Alchemist.
I'm not sure.
and they're leading
Gremlo just
in terms
likes
of
to
gold.
stun himself. Like, there was no chance. Like, what was he expecting there? He just stuns
He just
himself.
wanted to feel something.
Well, now he's going to feel the coil break around him, as a good silencer at least prevents Flea from going for the toss back momentarily. It's a long silence, one of the longest ones in the game here. Soul dives onto Crow as Rudy sets up the 8th Remnant here. That one should hit, and it does. They've got the damage. Now that's going to be a dead Soul alongside his courier. Monkey is going to die to Flea in the meantime, but Alpha still get the tier 2 tower. So advantage is still going to be for them, as right now they've got the Razor bot AFK. Yeah, they're going to TP Monster in. Nice TP onto Rises, who, again, for the lore masters in this series, of course, has been tipping Gremlo non-stop. Only one said tip this game, though, as Arkosh are going to let the tips go onto Rises now. Love to see it.
At least he is getting some form of currency from this game.
Yes, indeed. If only he got to keep those those Dota Plus shards from lobby games. Tier 2 items coming out now. Alongside BKBs, though. BKB's also kind of a big deal for Alpha, though, I would say, right? I don't think the Sniper really has damage, even with BKB, to really be too concerned about. Maybe with the Deso online, that begins to change, but basically all of Arkosh's damage at this stage is going to be magic, or sorry, yeah, magic.
Yeah, I mean, that is true in a sense, but at the same time, you have really shit BKB carriers.
Yeah, that's...
It feels terrible to build it on Visage.
True.
You don't really want to build it on Puck yet, and well, the other two are kind of supports.
I mean, I don't know.
Actually, everyone is a core now.
Pingu is, again, for the second game in a row, really close to overtaking Rudy in terms of farm. And this is like a much closer game that we're still seeing this breakdown. And granted, of course, there is a lot more farm to go around on the map on Alpha because, of course, they're missing Rises. But, you know, still impressive. He's got that Philly Stone, too. He might actually rapidly outpace Rudy here for farm. And again, Rudy, this time he does switch up the build, does not go for the phase boots, just goes straight Witchblade. You know, obviously that didn't cause Arises to disconnect, but certainly looking like a better game for him this time around. Still a difficult game for the Void Spirit, but better than game 1.
Middle tower is under attack.
I'm not super sure about Yules. I feel like it's good defensive, maybe. I guess he can use it to set up on the puck, but I feel like Aya and Sanj would have been pretty good.
Pingu's a pretty good BKB carrier, isn't he? I think he's the best one in this game for Alpha. He might end up frontlining fairly effectively, especially if he can sproink. I like the sound of that.
I guess so. I'd really love to see the Aghanims Moonshot BKB build on Ench. If there is ever a game for it, this is it.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Just outsnipe the sniper.
A little bit of poke damage in the bottom lane, courtesy of Soul. Missing bottom, pings Soul, which means they probably know something's going on here in the Roche pit, but they just really don't have like any team fight at all. Even like with Rises, it's not much of a team fight so much as it is Rises pressing BKB and then running at enemies. With Radiance up though, Gremlo's going to be able to assist his team in taking Roche, and that is going to be first stages here for Rudy. So things are now starting to go for Arkosh. Yeah, they are smoked in the mid lane. Looks like they're going to try and avoid these heroes coming out of the Roche pit, but they might turn now onto Monkey, as there's going to be the nice silence onto 2. They even get through the Aegis just like that. They cut through Rudy like butter, and I think they got his second life here. Coil committed. They didn't even have to commit anything for his first life. He tried to snap Coil there with Yule Scepter. A good effort was made, but he dies all the same. Oh, God, that was not good.
Oh, you Aegis?
Nope, not very valuable at all. Good move by Alpha, who, with the smoke, kind of bypassed that kind of traditional movement you make out of the pit to clear the mid wave, and immediately are going to be rewarded for that. That's a massive kill there, basically, up to those 2 heroes.
Mm-hmm. What is next for Alpha? Puck is told. He's completely alone. I love how everyone on Alpha is like transitioning into a semi-core. There are so many BKBs and quick buys, and everyone is just going for more carry-oriented items. Memes aside, I feel like they're playing this 4v5 as well as they possibly can.
Yeah, and they are still a very real chance they take this game. I mean, Gremlo said it a couple of times himself, right? But I think it's looking really darn good right now over for Arkosh. I suppose because of this, again, like right now, like Razor, he's got passive gold. It feels like when he dies, he loses this passive gold. I don't understand how this works. It's really weird because like all his reliable gold gets taken away and distributed to the rest of his team, but also none of this gold is unreliable, which means that Arkosh get basically no gold for killing him. So where does the gold go when he dies?
I have no idea. Like if I mouse over his gold, it's just like 1400 something.
Yeah. He's got so much. He's got so much gold right now. Oh, Rises.
Actually, it's
big trouble.
He has nothing. It's
and Disc. Okay, he's got to blink away, but they set up the Aether Remnant. Gremlo's going to stun himself, but at least he stuns Soul with him. That's going to be a big kill onto Soul as they also get through the first Aeon's cooldown.
It's a bug with the HUD.
Ah, that
like
makes
it
sense.
stays on the previous target's gold.
Making the mother all right.
Yeah, okay. You're right, it does. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I was like, that is so weird.
Yeah.
No, it does get evenly distributed.
Okay, good. That makes much more sense. Yeah, that's so weird. As far as I know, that's not supposed to happen in Captain's mode, but, well, one of these days that bug will be fixed.
TI strats.
TI strats leak.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower
leaked.
is under
Pingu
attack.
is, again, transitioning very nicely as well. You highlighted the rest of Alpha, right? There's a BKB now for Flea. I wouldn't mind if he actually gets a shard, to be honest. If he really wants to go for like Silver Edge, I think you get a shard here.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it.
Maybe just Echo's fine enough, but shard is cheaper. Monster now has his Silence as the Grave Egg Scepter, as Flea's going to be the one to get caught. Can't get off his BKB. That's not the best reveal he could have hoped for. He's going to take a death. But Arkosh, are they going to approach the Hill of Death? Not this time, they won't. Pale Horse as
Uno
well.
rises.
He's feeling pretty strong.
Rises run.
As rises. He's going to be jumped by Gremlo. Gremlo, he's getting revenge here for how terrible his first 2 games, where he's assisted as well by Monkey. As Gremlo, he's got to back up. He actually lost a lot of his damage here. Still gets the kill eventually. Come on, tip him. Tip him. Yeah, that's what we need, Arkosh. Absolutely. Oh, man. You got to love Arkosh, have a sense of humor about this one.
Yep. Monster does have his Aghanims, and this is a point where it becomes very scary
Radiant's
to be a
bottom
sniper.
tower is under attack.
Because if Visage gets on top of you, even with a BKB, you just die.
Dire's top tower is under
Like,
attack.
there is no escape from the monster under your bed.
Nope. Nope.
Dire's
Okay,
top
there's 2
tower
fights breaking down. Flea gets off his BKB here, should not really be able to prevent too much of a threat, but down top lane, it's Gremlo who's going to die to the coil and right-click damage of the puck. Rudy did not get down into the river. He four-steps Flea right into the 8th Remnant, which catches him here into the Mystic Flare, but he's also not going to die here. Crow trying to TP out, no armor, but enough HP to at least make it out alive. So it's just Gremlo that dies. Flea forced to use his first long-duration BKB, though, in exchange for this. So it's not the worst trade, really, possible for Arkosh, but Rudy makes another jump quite aggressively, gets some silence, and now the silence has the grave here. Ought to condemn him. Down he goes. Pale Horse looking for some revenge, and does get that kill. Nice auto-attacking there onto Soul, as Pale Horse A-clicks the ground. High skill move, and is rewarded for it.
Even as a Gleipnir on Sniper. That's unusual.
Yeah, good
But I
catch for
guess
a...
the extra crowd control is quite nice.
Well, that's a serious amount of damage as well. The active, which does, what, 220 damage? It's huge. That's so much.
It is huge. I still think it's unbelievable how Arkosh is playing 5v4 with an Alchemist with a Radiance in their team, and the gold is even.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. Because it's not like Alpha get extra gold. They just get the passive gold income that, you know, Razor would have already had. He's not giving them extra gold, per se.
He very definitely is not. He is being microed though. That's admirable.
Yeah, I mean, and that does
He's
create
farming
gold, I will
creeps.
say. But again, not like they're creating gold from thin air, like with a Midas or a Greeble Screed. It's really weird. Pingu has got BKB now finished up. He's actually going to go into MKB here. Okay, so just pure damage for him.
MKB. I wonder why he's opting for MKB over Moonshot.
And now has Pale Horse finally taken a point in Assassinate? He's going to have to here soon. He doesn't really have anything else to spend his last skill points on. Aren't we still
Radiant's
missing
bottom
one?
tower is under attack.
23, 24, and then 25 talents. Yeah, he did. He just went full into... Take your
gonna get it?
ultimate. You just sit it
Got
on
it,
skill,
you
but
got
there
it.
we go. Okay. Pingu. Yeah, he's gonna have to BKB. Can just TP away if he really wants to, or he can just kill Gremlo, who doesn't have a BKB to dispel this. Oh my goodness, the physical damage from Pingu. The vertical distance does add up as well for that impetus damage. And Alpha have shut the door here on Arkosh from behind. Rudy cannot do much to escape here. He does get off the Astral Steps, running for his dear life here. He's got another Astral Step ready to go, but it's going to be the Visage who scouts him. Silences the Grave here, very likely to pick off this kill, as the 8th Remnant doesn't catch a single familiar or the Visage proper, and that's 4 dead just like that. Alpha lose nothing but a VKB charge on Pingu.
Ooh, that was rough. I don't think Ench is the focus target of choice. He is insanely tanky.
Radiant's bottom
Very strong too,
is
I mean.
under attack.
That was just madness there. The amount she was able to tank and survive. Everyone now but Rice is pushing up to the high ground. That one kicks off, unfortunately, with Gremlo unable to find a target to throw his unstable concoction to. Hold that thought, though. Wave near here. Good damage onto the Visage. The force tap now will not get him out of harm's way. And in fact, the stun finds 2. Soul, though, is going to be hidden now in the phase shift. Pingu didn't have BKB here for another 15 seconds. Would have had it here if this was the last patch, but he's going to be burning down here to the magic damage, and it's going to be the concussive shot that nukes him down. Gremlo once again is going to stun himself. Shouldn't matter too much. I just like to point it out every single time he does it. He's a fan.
So first set of racks going in favor of the 4-man team.
Gremlo's going to set himself again. Flea misses the avalanche, but the toss is enough damage for him to get the kill. And he didn't even take a shard. It's just a Shadow Blade, just recognizing he just needs to be here for the burst damage, not much else.
It's a really good game for Silver Edge because you have both the Untouchable as well as the Gravekeeper's Cloak to get
Radiant's
rid
top
of.
tower is under attack.
Those are some pretty strong passives.
I don't see
in
anyone
terms of
building
damage
one. Though? Yeah,
mitigation.
okay, it's Sniper.
Dire's bottom
Quick
tower
buy.
has fallen.
Gremlo, will he stun himself a third time?
Radiant's
No,
top tower
he actually
is
stunned
fallen.
Soul. Oh, and he procs the Andis. That's going to be a big win here for Gremlo, who is going to use the Unstable Concoction to celebrate. Oh, sorry, the Chemical Range, that is. And that's Silver Edge finish like you were talking about for Pale Horse. Already there and delivered. Yeah, it's good.
Gremlo again. Doing some work.
Soul trying to TP out.
Soul.
Oh, Gremlo saw him just a
fine.
bit too late.
Oh,
Another stun for
incoming.
himself.
There we go.
Yes, he's just, you know, he gave 2 to Puck and he needed to take 1 for himself.
Perfectly balanced.
Perfectly
That's all
balanced.
it should be.
Okay, yep, he's going to be scouted here. Is Monster, of course. The Gleipnir can be targeted to an area, and it's going to connect no matter what, and of course reveals Invis units, so that's going to be a valuable pickup here for Pale Horse. Does give him
Gremlo.
some utility to fight against the Invis heroes, as Gremlo is,
Are fortified.
speaking of
be
Invis heroes,
careful.
about to be jumped by Rises.
He's being chased by the enemy carry.
Yes, he is, who is disconnected. Gremlo BKBs. Oh, they're still gonna link him though, giving chase. Soul as well is here and has a coil here in a couple of seconds now that BKB has ended. Tier 2 is taken in the meantime by Pale Horse, but Flea is right on top of Gremlo. Gremlo is going to end up centering himself again. No, actually, well, yes, but also stuns 3 enemy heroes alongside himself. But it looks like it's at the cost of 1 Tier 2 tower, which is the bottom one. That's kind of crucial. That's usually the last one to go for Dire. So that does mean that Arkosh can threaten pretty easily to clean up 3 lanes of Rax here and get the Megas with 1 teamfight win. And this could be the one that they need, especially with the triple silence there on top of the puck. They easily have it dead to rights. Mid lane, though, the fight's breaking out as Flea is broken and on the run. You cannot break, of course, Grow. That'd be very funny. And Imba.
The gem on Flea. That's
Risky moves. They need to take down the Vision, though. Make sure that
Radiant
this Visage is
structures are
free to roam
fortified.
the map. And there's plenty of aggressive
Radiant's
wards
top
up, actually, for
tower is under
Arkosh
attack.
Gaming, which are going to scout Alpha
Dire's
almost
middle
anywhere that
tower
they
is
leave,
under attack.
from where they leave the base, pardon.
I'm a bit worried about the gem because if they drop it, they would definitely be like an objectively like disadvantageous position, I would say, and you don't want that. You want like a fair game.
Of course, this was already a fair game already with a 4v5 going, right?
Of course.
Of course. Very fair and balanced game of Dota 2. They're still bottom lane shoving in pretty hard, of course, for Alpha, so they're not completely out of this yet. So you can see bot lane with the super creeps with the ranged and the melee. Pretty soon as well, they're going to be the waves will upgrade again, and we'll have 2 range creeps per wave, which makes getting that ranged barracks even more valuable. So the waves will push easily in
Dire's
favor of
middle
Alpha
tower
then.
has fallen.
Pale Horse goes invis here. They've got detection in the area. The rebound. Pale Horse might just be dead. 100-0 to 2 supports. He gets off the BKB, but he's got no life steal, so he just falls way too fast. Monkey as well, even with the what's it called? The passive could not help out his friend there. The sidekick. I keep forgetting this ability's name. Rudy on the run here as Rises has scouted, and he's stolen just a little bit of damage from him. 6 damage, not much. And of course, Rises is about as easy as a kill as they come. As Monkey, yeah, tip him, absolutely. Rudy the Ghost with a free kill there.
Gremlo
Gremlo
going
once
for the
again
self-stun.
stumps himself. Oh, Flea, he blinked back. Oh, I think that was a mistake. He double tap blinked there on accident. Looks like he just blinked back towards his fountain. Oops.
Mistakes for a mate.
It happens. A little bit too eager there to blink onto Gremlo.
This is gonna be a Roche for Alpha. And I spoke about it before, but Visage is really good against Sniper. Because Sniper relies on standing in the back line.
Rudy?
But Visage can approach from every single direction.
Rudy scouted. There's a sheep.
another
Oh my
kill.
god, a sheep stick on Monster. I could barely say it. That's how surprised I was. And he's just dead. 100-0. Absolutely murdered there. And that's the silence as the grave. You were talking about how good it is versus the Sniper. Now that you've got a sheep stick, it just feels great versus anyone.
Yeah, Visage is a decent hero.
Good hero. Very fun to play. Unfortunately, he's probably going to be gone for... I mean, when's the last time we even saw Visage being picked like this? It's been forever, if ever, to be honest. Even Elder
The funny
Titan has
thing
been
is-
played more than this hero on the professional scene.
Almost nothing changed about Visage. Like, he's still practically the same hero that he used to be. They just like switched around a few like items and they gave him a shot.
Yeah, the shard feels really good. The new Ags as well for him. I forget, the old one used to give him a familiar. The new Ags, I think, gave him a new lease of life. Yeah, I mean, here he goes on a Gremlo. I think Gremlo might die. He's going to need a BKB, I reckon. Nope, just the Chemical Rage. Down to less than half HP, though. Alpha are going to be disincentivized to fight here for that duration. Pale Horse is up to level 25. He's taking the attack range, so he's got some pretty stupid attack range right now. Of course, he needs to be able to see his enemies to attack them. Is going to be his biggest problem, especially during this nighttime period. That's going to be a bit sketchy for him. The Sniper doesn't have an increased night vision, does he?
He does. He does.
Does he? He's got those NVGs, huh?
Ooh, Fleet. Gremlo going for the
self-stun. And he connects it. Very hard move to make, but Gremlo's been able to catch him quite consistently this match as Flea in a bit of danger here. He sees Pale Horse. Pale Horse doesn't see him, though. And Flea's going to be much happier that he doesn't. Bot lane is shoving in all the way. Monster, this is my favorite move to be making with this Visage Ag Scepter. It's got a very low downtime as well, just about 10 seconds. Pingu as well as idling in the area as they are. Yeah, they have to come back. Arkosh, they can't afford to take too much free tower damage. The Visage, yes, he's got the Ag Scepter, but he also still carries some of the stupidest split push potential in the entire game, as Rudy is going to just die here between the damage of... Oh, no! He lives just on a hair of HP, and now Monster might end up taking a death here, and he will. He goes down. Rudy lives for this. They force back everyone from Arkosh, as actually Soul showing up to fight here as well. Pingu still alive on a hair of HP, eventually will die. He actually had Aegis, though. Of course he did. So he's going to respawn. Gremlo charging up another self-stun. And I think just, yes, Wingblade, he will connect onto it.
Right, I was worried for a moment that he was gonna miss, but it's okay.
Radiant's
Nah,
top
he
tower
hit it just
Whether
fine.
it's restored.
And Flea, in the meantime, he also pushes the tier 2 top. So even though Aegis is reclaimed here by Alpha and they do lose the Visage, they still get a couple of pickoffs here. Rudy dies in the end. Not too bad, all things considered.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, Seek, I have a bit of a question for you. Have you ever played a game of Alchemist, Carry, where you got outfarmed by the enemy position?
Oh, Pale Horse. Oh, okay, he's got Satanic. The lifesteal's good. Flea gets off his BKB. He's turning to fight now to Pingu, who does not provide a lot of lifesteal off of him. They get through Flea at least. Pale Horse will eventually be able to finish him off. I think that was a shrapnel kill. There's a gem on deck, folks. Pingu is going to look to recover this. Nicely done. Gem no longer provides vision on the low ground. There's going to be the break coming in handy, but Pale Horse is so damn slow here. Oh, another self-stun from Gremlo. Really good job there.
This game is still very much going. Thanks for the replay. I missed it.
Yep. Just in
Good to
case.
see.
It was fast. Blink and you miss it, you know.
I hope we get a highlights reel of literally just self-stuns.
You know what? I can make that happen. Between breaks, of course. We'll have that for you guys
That would be
later.
great to see.
Some monster moments, of course. Soul, got a DD in the bottle. Kaya and Sanj, nearly a full Octarine core. That's going to be pretty nice for this puck as well, just to ensure he can continue to stay alive between the status resist he's got, as well as, of course, really low downtime on all of his movement abilities. He's going to be a tough one to catch. Gremlo now is going to be holding on to this gem. Not a bad carrier of gem anyway. Probably the tankiest hero on the enemy team, as well as likes to cosplay a ward between all the self-stuns. So, pretty good carrier here.
I love how Rises is still cheekily farming the map.
Yeah, gold for the team, man. And this is concerning because, I mean, it wouldn't be too concerning, I guess, if you were running a 4 Protect 1, but now even the Alchemist is being out-farmed by Pingu, which is, I believe, as they say, a troubling sign.
To be fair, Pingu almost has the same amount
Oh,
of
Rudy's
CS.
dead. Sure, but even with the same amount of CS, you'd expect an Alchemist to be able to, you know, Grievel's Greed, right, exists.
Yeah, true. You know, power of Pingu.
Power of Pingu.
Scanning.
Newt. He's much too strong here. Mid lane, Pale Horse. He's not really revealed himself. There's a Scythe device as well here, ready to go on Crow, and they're going to release that onto Fleet. Good reveal here, and an easy kill, which also is going to scout the familiars. Gem is well recovered. Oh, Gremlo's going to pick that up, and he's going to lose it immediately, but I don't think Monster can really get in position here and steal it. Monster, who, by the way, up to level 26, has the +1 familiar. Significantly increases his damage output, especially because he's gone for the 1.5 armor corruption. So now his full armor corruption is 6, which is just shy of a Deso. Not bad at all. Pale Horse doing his best here to carry the game. Again, he's nearly now being out-farmed by Soul. I mean, it's still a 5k lead, really. It's not that close, but Pale Horse is really the only man standing in between himself and Alpha, getting a 2-0 win with a 4v5. Do you think, what do you think Alpha have said to Rises? Do you reckon that, I mean, if they win, we're definitely going to ask this in the interview, but do you think that they've told Rises, nah, bro, it's okay, you can search for a pub, but we're going to win this game? Or do you think Rises is watching?
I think he's probably watching, right?
I don't know.
Maybe he's even coaching.
He might be. I believe that would be allowed in the rules. Okay, Scythe device. They're on to Rudy, but so is Pale Horse. He's here. The TP is going to complete that Soul, who makes the jump on in. Monster, though, is going to end up dropping, and it looks like he's going to be the only one here, as Soul makes it out alive. Aether Remnant is not going to catch the puck. Good Blink Dagger timing there. Monkey chasing here after the familiars of Monster. As Rises is going to be killed. An easy kill as they come for Pale Horse as he kills. He is just absolutely dominating this enemy core. I mean, it's 32,000 here to 1,800 when it comes to net worth. My God, is Pale Horse so good at Dota 2.
Yeah, you should like make guides or something.
You really should. Only a YouTube content creator could out-farm an enemy to this degree. In trouble is going to be the Alchemist, forced to BKB. Is he going to... oh, actually, that was a good job. He Berserk Potion himself. Is he going to stun himself, though, is the question. No! Surprising answer. But Anch is up to level 25. Good luck killing her. She's very tanky. Now without a break, anyway, you're not going to get through her. This puck is starting to run out of item slots as well. Pale Horse is going to have to consume his Moonshard here fairly soon with 6k gold in the bank. There's magic damage here to get through the Anch. Not so tanky now, are ya? Those Gremlo fails to get a single auto attack in.
You need 2 Moonshards to even get through Untouchable in the first place. Magic damage tends to do the trick.
Yes, it does. Lots of deaths here out from Alpha. This might be a buyback forced out from Pingu because for the first time now this game, Arkosh, and really the series I should add, going up to the high ground. Horse with some significant tower damage. Didn't end up going for the Deso. Oh, the Dispose! No way!
No buyback.
No buyback on this puck. Bought out for the Strength Blink. Arkosh might know about this. That's a
5-man team might clutch it and win against the 4-man team.
I think they do. I think they're going to rise up against the odds. There's the buyback from Pingu. They might know now that this puck has no buyback. A 3v5. Is that enough for Arkosh to take the game? It just might as Fleet jumps the backlines. He dies for it. Doesn't have buyback either. And I think in the final moments of this game, Alpha, they are going to lose. Who would have thought a 4v5 scenario might just have been unwinnable for them? Arkosh are going to force a game 3. There it is. Gremlo is dropping his items. Ah, he could not. Oh, he's going to do it. It doesn't count, Gremlo. Not fast enough.
What a game.
I mean, like I said, I knew this wasn't going to be a fast one. 43 minutes for a 4v5. And Alpha, honestly, completely